NetHeads.
Hey, Kitty.
What's up, Sibs?
NetHeads are recording their 200th episode
200 already?
in a row.
Awesome.
It's a lot more than 37.
Way more than 37. Way more than they should have gone, right?
Why the hell would you say that?
I don't know. It seems like something Will would say, right? Will's my hero.
But what about Trent?
I like Trent.
At smodcast.com.
Yes.
I didn't know what to say. Congratulations, guys.
Well, way to go. Thanks a bunch for all the infotainment you've been giving us. For 200. 200. I can't believe it.
You know, we could record another one of these when they get to 300, and we can be like, this is NetHeads at smodcast.com.
Are you trying to replace Trent at 200 now?
There's no replacing Trent.
Of course
We
not.
love the Trent.
Everyone loves the Trent. We love you, Trent. And Will, too.
And T-balls.
Hey guys, it's a special night for NetHeads.
What? Did they actually start on time?
Not that special.
Busta!
Jacob! No, guys, it's the 200th episode of NetHeads tonight. Isn't that cool?
You know, since you never let us listen to NetHeads, this means nothing to us.
Well, it will one day. You can listen to NetHeads when you're older.
When?
Probably when you're 30.
Man, that's going to be one long race to current.
Yeah, but it'll be worth it. So on episode 200, congratulations to our NetHeads.
Will Wilkins! And Trent Hunt Singer!
Congrats, guys. Thanks for making Sunday nights fun.
One love! I want to do it again!
This is Raphael.
And I'm that fracking cat.
Congratulations to your 201st episode. And everybody knows the 201st is, well, definitely the most important episode because, let's be honest, anyone can celebrate the 200th.
Did you know that 201 in binary, 11001001, is the title of an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation?
Well, did you know that the 201st anniversary is the Bondage Batman and the Donix anniversary?
I did not know that.
The more you know. Congratulations, Will and Trent.
Congratulations, NetHeads.
With clever meme, with funny tweet, I'll never leave my office seat. Those who think they know what's right, listen on Sundays to NetHeads, all right?
You've got to throw some cold water on this situation. Start talking about nerd stuff.
You know, nerd culture is mainstream now. So when you use the word nerd derogatorily, it means you're the one that's out of the zeitgeist.
System activate. This is NetHeads with Will Wilkins and Trent Hunsaker. It's a tech podcast. But we are a ton cooler than your typical geek, giving you the info you need to achieve mega nerd status. NetHeads. You guys rock. And now, here's Will and Trent.
Or are we not here?
No, we're here.
We are?
We're here. We're somewhat different than other people. Get used to it.
Exactly. That's the way I like to think.
Yeah, that's how one foot in front of the other.
I got to admit, I'm sitting here. For those that don't know, by the way, welcome. Another edition of NetHeads. My name is Will.
And I'm the aforementioned Trent Hunsaker.
If you want to take part in the program, you can in one ways. Dang. Twitter, Trent, how?
Hashtags. Or also they're lumber yards, like the pound, what the English call the pound sign or the hashtag sign or whatever. Mm-hmm. English being Americans, they call pound something else. Americans, it's a lumber yard on maps. So if you're ever looking for like a lumber yard, it's the hashtag sign. Anyway, use the hashtag NetHeads.
And it's bad enough I'm sitting here. I have for those that don't know, when we do this live, one of the ways we do it is through YouTube because we don't know why. And when we do that, you're on YouTube, so you have to have a camera. I moved my camera today. I was comfortable prior to this, ignoring the camera, but I had to have a tripod on my desk to facilitate good placement. But now that I've moved it, I'm incredibly paranoid
Yeah.
Trent, have you learned yet how to do a poll on Twitter?
You know what? I saw. You know what? I'm going to try this. Let's say I'm going to do a
'Cause-
tweet. I'm going to click poll. And
Yeah,
my choice is going to be what should my choice be?
should I look just the way I feel comfortable, or should I look at the camera? Should Will I don't know. Will stare blankly or look at the camera? Camera or no
Will
camera? I don't know.
Act.
The greatest thing is that nobody is going to answer the poll.
Hey, so if you're listening, you got two choices. Just tweet out with the hashtag NetHeads live poll.
Ooh, I like it when you say live poll.
Live poll. POLL, not POLE. People. People.
Skew. Only because I did read it, and because you know me, I'm just a whore of the zeitgeist.
Yeah, you want to be on top of things.
I guess this isn't one of those things to be proud of or to be on top of, but I was one of the people that read the story by I can't remember the girl's name, but it's _ Zoller or Zola Moon on Twitter. Basically, it was this girl on Twitter recounting this story via Twitter at rather length. The story of how she met a girl at her job at Hooters one day and was going off to Florida the next day with her to go dance in a strip club, and the adventures that ensued.
Sound good.
Oh, there's a lot of things that you would be, and she didn't change names to protect the innocent or anything.
No,
but
she just put it on Front Street, so to speak.
Dude, the things that are mentioned in there, there is illegal prostitution, murder, potential for what could be dubbed as kidnapping, and it's just an amazing read, like an insight into the world that you just never knew existed.
Lord, well, I mean, kind of like not unlike the documentary that Rashida Jones did.
Yes, the one that will it will make you understand. I've tried to figure out a way for this to be beneficial for the perverts out there, right?
I'm listening.
I think I've come up with the way for it. It's the documentary that demonstrates why there is a need for an actual like not governed but at least adhere to set of professional pornographic standards and practices.
Yeah.
In other words, it makes you understand why there are adult film stars.
Yep.
Right? Because that entire thing is about the other side of the industry now.
Yeah.
It's the in a bizarre way, it's a machine of making a professional business out of amateur pornography.
Yes. Yep.
Best
exactly.
way to put it.
Yep.
And it's just the thing that is it's horrifying, though. It is just terrifying because it's also a documentary. You watch it and you realize this is nothing but somehow a legally, not even legally sanctioned, but basically ignored exploitation machine that just keeps feeding off of.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you look at prostitution as a like industry, that's where the need for pimps and things comes into. These guys are essentially acting like pimps. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
in a digital way, and it's fucked up, man.
Well, especially the part where one of the guys that's in charge of this quote unquote business,
yeah.
It has the problem of it constantly needs to be fed new talent. And the guy running this damn thing says, yeah, the average expectancy for a girl is like 3 months.
Yeah, max.
That's
and then she is ruined for life. And he's cool with that. He's totally cool with that.
And the thing is, if you've seen that documentary, it just instantly makes you ashamed to have a penis.
Yeah. That's why I cut mine off on Periscope the other day.
I don't think so.
Okay, we're getting some feedback from the polls. This might be my favorite. STE Boost says, I can listlessly masturbate if Will looks at me. So I see that as a plus looking into the camera.
Okay, so I'm going to continue and I'll look at the camera.
But Miranda Janelle, of the many different podcasts that she's on, including the Midnight Movie Nights podcast, says that, she does bring up a point. So like if you're like me, a lot of the stuff I do for Twitter interaction is through Hootsuite. But if I want to be in the poll, I have to use the actual Twitter web app or your Twitter app on your phone. Twitter app on your phone is really good. We've talked about using it. But yeah, so if you want to be part of the poll, you have to go to twitter.com or use the Twitter application on your mobile or tablet device.
Yeah, because they want to get you into their system and using their system.
Totally.
Kind of like how this week, one of the big revelations that was coming out in the tech industry is that one of the features in Marshmallow, the latest version of the Android operating system that most of you do not have, is a feature where holding down the home button doesn't launch the task manager anymore. Basically, it just puts you into this. Like, let's say you're exchanging messages with me, Trent. You say, "Hey, well, let's meet up at the sourdough pizza shack at 2:00."
Yeah.
And if I don't know anything about it, I hold down the home button. Google somehow analyzes that message and
what?
And it can like demonstrate to me the location of the sourdough pizza shack.
Shit. That is awesome.
Yeah, they're trying to stay, because my whole point in bringing that up is their core business is in us doing a Google search, and they
Sure. Yeah.
They get us to there for that. So
yeah, that makes sense, and it frightens me for data usage. If they're just like, here, let us bring you information for that. I'm like, oh god.
Well, that's a good point.
I'm already over.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking, I guess we're kind of delving into tech news real quick. By the way, if you want to also take part in the program while it's live, you can also. You could leave messages as well, like those wonderful messages we got for the show, bringing us in. I guess show 203 is the celebratory 200 and 201 combined there again, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
So, by the way, thanks to Miranda Janelle, that fracking cat, Roller Dog NC, and the We Are Not Here to Please You podcast for those wonderful, heartfelt messages for us achieving amazing milestone of wasting just countless hours of our lives.
It's what we do, and thank you.
Yes, exactly. So there we go. This episode is just a continuation of other episodes. It's not even its own episode, which is why we're only going to put like a quarter of the effort in. Anyway, another one of those things that came out. Apparently, there was a feature in the new Apple operating system. Amazing Wi-Fi assist. Have you heard of this?
No,
Wi-Fi connection isn't that good. It's just going to attempt to tap into your active wireless instead. Your mobile data. That's the term I'm looking for.
Right. Yeah.
It'll tap in to go ahead and help supplement that slow speed. And suddenly customers were getting really big ass data charges.
Sure, which makes sense.
Yeah, and before they were like, "Oh, we'll give you a credit bill." Now suddenly, like the story was, "Yeah, we were aware there's an issue." So good luck with that, Apple. So I guess that makes your data concerns pretty obvious and on the nose there.
Well, and on top of it, yeah, Verizon's and everyone else, they're all working hard to cut those unlimited data plans with additional fees, etc., because it's coming.
It's coming. There will be a day, my friend, where even data isn't going to be the thing they're going to bill us on. And I don't even know what the next big feature will be.
Man. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. Because they used to make money on ringtones, and now no one gives a shit.
Well, that's because any kid on an app on their phone can make their own ringtone now.
Yeah. Can you do it on an iPhone now?
Oh, I'm sure there's a way.
Because I remember, like, when I first got my Android, I was like, "Oh, eat that, bitches! I can put any song on my phone as my ringtone." What?
Yeah, I don't have to buy it out of the iTunes library like some kind of commoner. I can personalize my shit without permission. Yo, I'm a rogue.
for a long time, my notifications were, but Uncle Owen, I want to go to Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
Shut up.
Yeah, it was really really annoying.
Hey, that's another interesting point too, Trent. We were off the air last week because old Trent Technology.
Oh.
Speaking of the tech again, starting very tech heavy this week on the show. Somewhere it was a. I don't usually get this kind of interaction from you. I don't usually within the same day get notice of, hey, are we broadcasting? And hey, I can't broadcast. I don't usually get those in the same day. Usually the pendulum just swings one direction or the other. But in this case, it was both. What happened last week, my friend?
My computer was the screens were blue. And that was it. And so
the aforementioned blue screens of death.
Oh God. Which actually right before we started happened again. So it's not fixed.
But somehow you're still here.
So yeah, I went through and bless Will Kent's heart. He helped me all Sunday long trying to get it to work. And we're like, maybe it's, but the computer kind of is its own. It's weird. I don't know what HP was thinking when they made this. And I've never had any problems until I did the Windows 10 update. But now I'm on Windows 7 because I had to reformat my disk and then lost all my data. Long story short, dude. Fuck.
Don't mince words, Trent. Tell me how you really feel.
So I don't know. I'm still not out of the clear here because it still keeps on freezing up on me. So, and I've tried just running one monitor out of the video card, and that's not it. And anyway, I'm gonna have to do some more research when my computer's not freezing.
So what you're trying to tell me, basically what you're conveying is you're just in one of those situations where somehow both an issue and the system itself have made itself its own issue.
Yeah. Yep.
I hate those moments because you just sit there and you just want to weep at the computer because you're like, you don't understand. I know you want to work and I want you to work. So why can't we come to
it shouldn't be that difficult to do.
No, it should be like, I would like a computer system that works. And it should say, I am a computer system that can work.
That does work. Yeah, exactly.
That's how simple commerce should be in America, Trent.
Yeah, like I have apples. You'd like to buy?
I would like to buy your apple.
Done. And you don't even mean like my cherry red beehole when you say that.
Furthest thing.
I should have said apple red beehole. That would have made the illusion connect. Because when I said cherry, they're like, wait a second, we're talking about apples, and damn it.
Yes, you're right. The choice of fruit. The choice of fruit in that analogy is where everything went wrong.
Yeah. Other than that, it would have been a solid joke. One you could tell your mom.
The thing that still wouldn't. I don't know why. Just. You also could have gone with shiny red apple bag, to be honest. I mean, as long as
yeah. I mean,
I've heard it referred to as such.
If anyone's watching, watching,
did it just pop out?
So a lot of times, no. But you'll see me do this if you're watching. I have to you'll see me bend over like that. It's because this fantastic chair that I have, the shock is broken.
Oh God.
And so as you watch, I'll slowly just start descending. And so in 10 minutes, the mic will be up here like this. And then you see me bend over. I have to I bend over, do this. And then, it didn't quite. There we go. And then the chair's back in the right spot. So if you ever see me bending over, that's what's happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is podcasting. And we wonder why we can't get taken seriously as an industry.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, I'm seriously thinking about seeing if I can go to the wrecking yard later in the week and try to pull a shock off of a truck and replace it. I don't know if that's how this shock works.
A Toyota lift kit.
Yeah. And then I'll be rolling on 30s around here, and no one will even know because I'll just be like, bah! monster truck right over your car.
Dude, please do me a favor. If you can, pull the shocks from an old lowrider so you can convert your chair.
Oh, I'll have hydraulics, dude. And so I'll be sitting here, and all of a sudden you just hear me going.
Yeah, exactly.
See, look how much lower I am now.
Look how
Shouldn't
much
have done
vicious
that.
gas. No, you shouldn't have, you damn fool. Hold on a second. We're getting a phone call, Trent. Scott Holden, what the hell do you want?
Yeah, and then I'll be.
Hello.
Hello, Scott. What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, sir. What do you want?
I'm actually here with Gene too.
Oh, good.
Hey.
I'm here with Sherman.
Hey, man.
And Michael
how's it going?
Sarah.
Hey, Trent. How are you?
I'm good, dude.
So we were sitting here like we were about to start doing a show live here when we were like our guests sort of announced that they had to bail on us. And then I said, hey, look, NetHeads is live right now. Why don't we dial into them? Did we lose you?
No, we're here. We're just waiting for like what?
Like what?
Yeah, I don't know. You called us.
Yeah, we're just saying hey.
Hey, what's up? What up?
Okay, I understand. So you're trying to facilitate.
So wait, so you guys are doing a show right now?
No, we were about to. We were about to start a show, and our guests just said, sent us a tweet saying, "Hey,
They're
we
like,
can't."
fuck you, man. We don't want to be in your fucking show anyway, piece of shit.
Not
You're like,
quite.
fuck you. We don't fucking want you anyway, you piece of shit. Fuck you. Dude, I get it. It happens all the time.
Yeah. So we just happened to notice that you guys were doing your show live, and we said, hey, let's give NetHeads a buzz.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, now I see. Well, that sucks to hear. I have I think there have only been like one or two times where I have had somebody scheduled and then like nothing happened.
It's usually me. I just like fall asleep through the show.
No, I don't.
That's happened. That's a thing. You can't rule that out.
It has?
Yeah, I've slept through a show before.
Gina's still vigorously twittering over there too.
Yeah.
To try and save it.
To get him back on the show.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna. No. I don't think it's gonna.
Skip and Allison Bedell bailed on us. Oh.
I don't know who that is, but fuck them.
No, not fuck them.
I think that's a little harsh, Trent.
I don't know, man.
They do a podcast called Hammer and Nails. They also do a TV show with Adam Carolla.
See? God, they don't. You don't need them. You're bigger than that. You're bigger and better than that.
And they're going to be in our movie, so we want to be nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, unless you're paying them, you better be nice.
And that's part of the irony. We were supposed to film with them today too, but then we were in the city on Friday seeing Filming Hawk. By the way, a screening.
I don't know what that is.
Well, maybe Trent does.
No, that was me. I said I don't know what that is.
Sorry. Maybe Will does. Sorry, let me get another hit of weed. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, where was I? Oh, so we were seeing Bob, and we noticed that today was the New York City Marathon. We're like, there's no way we are filming in Long Island on Sunday. So then we arranged a podcast, and you see how well that turned out.
Very good.
You had to call into someone else's podcast.
Exactly.
That's how well it worked out. You're like, fuck, we can't even do this on our own. Jesus Christ. The hell are we doing?
We'll have to piggyback on NetHeads.
Gee, well, let me tell you what, dude. You're literally on the backs of pigs. And have you ever seen a pig's legs? They're so goddamn short. If you were to ride on one, your knees would be dragging in the shit too.
Oh no, that's hard.
You are literally piggybacking at this
So we're
point.
basically covered in shit right now.
Yeah.
The second you called in, sister.
Well,
Literally.
thanks for dropping us a line, guys. Really appreciate it. I hope you can get something going, because there's nothing more frustrating than when you have nothing going. So good luck with that.
Well, I'm glad we could pop in with you guys.
All right. Well, cheers. Have a good one. Enjoy your Sunday.
One
See you
love.
One love. Indeed. One love. Okay. Well, there we go. Good to know the phone lines do in fact work, Trent.
Yeah, which means, Will, that if people want to leave us messages when we're not on air, which is the majority of the time,
Yeah,
They
definitely.
could like let's say if our main man Dougie Fresh wanted to be like, "What's up, netheads? What are you guys doing?" Just wanted to drop you a line and say one love or something. I don't know. I don't know if that's how he speaks because I've never had like a direct conversation with him that wasn't online. But I'm just saying hypothetically, he could call in, leave a message, and then maybe we'd play it at the beginning of the show.
Just like we did earlier today.
Exactly.
I see where you're coming. I got you. Well, anyway, right on, man. Yes. So how could they do that? One of many ways. On Twitter, it's just NetHeads on air. No, on Skype. You can do NetHeads on air. You could also call 866-610-9455. And if that doesn't work, 925-238-9020. Any one of those, you can leave a message any darn time, and we'll play them right there at the head, like Trent said.
Yep. Very
good. So, Trent, one glove came up. No, I'm sorry, one love. But should we
no
address
glove, no glove, no love. Or in my case, 2 gloves, all the love in the world for a fucking stupid dog.
Okay, well, admittedly, I understand where you're coming from. I, too, have had a pet that devoured something that was not meant to be devoured, and that led to an intestinal blockage.
Yeah, exactly. And apparently, pretty common thing for pets.
For pets, yes. They will apparently eat things. Now, did we think that they would, eat something like your leather riding gloves?
Well, you'd think, but I mean, normally, when I get a new pair of gloves, I throw the old pair away. You know what I mean? Because the old ones have pulled out their use. They're not needed anymore, and you can't give those to Goodwill. They're old gloves. They're gross, so you throw them away. And then the next weekend, your dog starts or the next week, your dog starts vomiting, and you're like, "What the hell's going on?" And then all of a sudden, it throws a glove up, and you're like, "Oh shit, there was 2 of them."
Oh, now you see, and that's the thing too. When we were following along on this story as it was happening, because you had set up a Tumblr, or you posted to your Tumblr about it, I think it was.
Yeah.
When that had happened, I was thinking, oh, well, that's why Sherman was sick. He ate a glove; it was blocking his intestines. But luckily for Trent, it came back up. And mind you, everyone around here has been saying one glove for so long.
Yeah, that we're like, oh, it's funny that one glove, and then he puked it up. I'm glad Sherman's doing better.
Yeah, nope. I thought it was, no, he wasn't doing better, because guess what? There were 2.
God, I seriously thought that he was going to get better after that too. And so I went to work. Well, he threw up while I was at work, and Will Kent sent me a picture, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that at least it came up. He'll probably start feeling better. Nope. The exact opposite of feeling better. Got feeling a lot worse even. And then he stopped vomiting. So I knew something was really wrong. And then bless my dad's heart, he's like just this wise Western Buddha, you know what I mean? But wouldn't have anything to do with none of that Eastern, philosophical bullshit Buddha. And I was talking to him on the phone. I'm like, yeah, I think I'll take Sherman in first thing in the morning. They open at 8:00. And he goes, well, you may not have a dog to take in the morning.
That's a good point.
And I'm just like, oh, fuck. Beep, boop, 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 boop. And called the vet. And he said, okay, well, just so you know. And my vet, I really appreciate. He's not all feelsy. Like, he's not weighing on your heartstrings. He just tells you how it is and lets you decide what to do, which is pretty rad. So he said, okay, yeah, I can give you some x-rays, and this is what it sounds like might be going on, but we're not sure, and we won't know till we get there. There is a fee. And this is what it is. If I come in right now, I'm like, and this is like 1 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, all right, well, better safe than sorry. Go in there. We do an x-ray. So like the big intestine is underneath the small intestine. So your small intestine feeds into your big intestine. And right before it goes into the big intestine is the smallest point of the small intestine. It's the has the least diameter, and the glove had gotten right to that point and was blocking. But Sherman was so dehydrated they couldn't go into put him into anesthesia right off the bat, otherwise risk of dying, heart failure. So they had to hydrate him. So they put him on an IV right off the bat, and the vet said, "Okay, I'm going to start hydrating him. As soon as he's good enough, we'll do the surgery. You should go home." And which I appreciated. He was just like, look, there's nothing that you can do for the dog. It's going to be just like on a table laying here. It'll make you feel worse. You just go home. I'll call you in the morning. So I did. Surgery went well. And he's just been like, he's been in pain, you can tell. And it's kind of a dual-edged sword because, I mean, anyone who's been on painkillers knows that it can like really fuck up your intestines, like you get constipated really bad or whatever. So either, you know, he could be on painkillers and then run the risk of ruining his intestines even more, or, you know, but we mitigated that pretty well. And now, a week from yesterday, he gets his stitches out. A week from yesterday, he will get his stitches out, and he'll be back going. The vet said he's like, right. This was on Thursday. I had his checkup. He's like, yeah, he's about 90% in the clear right now. So still fingers crossed. And like, the vet was, I don't know. I just appreciated his pragmatic approach to everything, because like, you could have like a good vet that's like a good physician that's a real son of a bitch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Who could be like, well, you know, I would do this, or maybe you should do this, and then you just in his mind he's racking up the dollar bills or whatever. But no, that wasn't how the dude approached it at all. And then after I made the decision, then he like was able to up the bedside manner a little bit. You know what I mean? Just knowing what I had chosen, so he could support that choice. But
no, or to put it another way, Trent, as well, and this is the most important one. Once you committed to paying for the show, he made sure he put it on.
Yeah, exactly. Once I showed the bouncer that I had, you know, actual money, I went right up center stage.
There you go. Exactly, man. They're like, all right. You paying for the package? You're getting the package, my man.
All right.
Which is what you want to feel like, too, because let me tell you something. There are few things more frightening in this world, very few, than the bill that you get for a vet that's working at 2 a.m.
Oh, man. Yep.
That's where you're like, boy, I must really like this animal.
Yeah. Well, and it was funny, too, because that's, you know, he said, now, how old is Sherman? I was like, he's 5 years old. He's like, and you know, life expectancy of these dogs. I'm like, I'm aware. Yeah, I'm well aware.
Yeah. But you know, the cool thing, and the cool thing too now, Trent, is that every year that Sherman is around now after this, you're further depreciating those costs.
Dude, it's a gift year. Do you know what I mean? Like and plus I got Sherman on, you know, a pretty, like, for what the lady who sold him to me could have sold him at was, you know, crazy low compared to that. Like, so I feel like okay, I came out pretty good. I didn't have the money to do it. And then I fucking see a post from Available on ADHD, Johnny White Trash. He shared a link and he's like, hey, you should support this because, you know, you do it for your pet. And then I was like, wait, that's a picture of Sherman. What the fuck?
Who the fuck's making money off my pet?
I'm like, hey, it's some bullshit. No. And I click on it and like, who we listened to at the beginning of the show, Miranda Janelle, one of the, like, seriously greatest human beings on earth. And as I've since learned, there were a few other people that wanted to do it, but they all wanted to do it anonymously, and so she was the one that, you know, had to be the face of it all. But she I'm getting a little, you know, got the feelers coming out a little bit.
Oh, Trent's off the meds. This isn't fair.
It was cool. She started a GoFundMe thing, and Trent, was able to raise money for Sherman.
I think that you know, one of the things we probably want to say is that there are certain things that are represented on air in a certain fashion in order to be comical. You know, like the fact that Trent just survives on packages of expired hot dogs and top ramen.
That's pretty true, actually.
Okay, that's fine. Well, so then
art doesn't imitate life in that.
Okay, so in this case, I think it's pretty safe to say it's understandable why people would want to help out a little.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure, dude. For sure. Yeah. And fucking like, yeah. So anyway, I've been talking to Miranda Janelle. I want to do something pretty cool. I've got a few ideas, but I want to do something pretty rad for everybody that helped out. And the fucking crazy thing about it is, man, I'm just like scrolling right here. I'll bet at least 75% of everyone that donated were NetHeads listeners. So you guys,
and the rest,
seriously, that's
and the rest were Death Ray Comics patrons.
Yeah,
so
no,
it's dope.
that's totally what it was. Yeah, yep, exactly. So,
Well, you know,
thank you guys.
It takes a community, and I'll admit too that like I even now that I know you've been talking to her, but I reached out to Miranda Janelle as well. But this is, and I'm in no way taking credit, just saying, you know, would you mind setting this up? Because, you know, I don't know how Trent would take it if I set it up.
Yeah.
At which point then I learned she was like, well, I'm doing it already. And I'm like, awesome.
Yeah. Oh man. And like it sucks too, because like anyone who's like, bless my dad's heart. He is so like Western and cowboy and like independent that I was raised so vehemently to like avoid any help at all. And like anyone who's ever tried to give me help before, looking at you, RLE 116, and I'm like, nah, fuck off. I'm fine. Like I have to be pushed into doing it. So thank you. Thanks.
And the best part of all is that somehow, apparently, Miranda figured out the perfect way to make it so that Trent had no choice but to accept the money. That's what I love.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, well, we've taken the campaign and we've switched ownership over to you now, so fuck off, you have to take the money.
So just go ahead and type, just click the button and it's yours. So take it.
Yeah, there you go. And but you know what? That's the thing is we. I think it was Amanda Palmer that recently wrote a book that in many ways has changed people. And the general theme of it is just being able to finally accept saying yes and letting people help you.
Yep.
And there are times in our lives it's okay to do that. We need to sit back and we need to accept that. And you know what? It's the underlying thing here that I love is that there is a community that came together in order to help support somebody that they care about and the guy that takes care of the somebody we care about. So
yep.
You know, it's a very surprising and amazing, great thing. And the thing that shocked me most of all, because you know, I really think of us as I think I've come up with the term that fits really well. We're a niche podcast, Trent.
Micro niche.
There, yeah, we are. We're like we're the micro niche. You know what I mean? We're that really bizarre offshoot Bavarian beer that's brewed in Brooklyn that nobody knows about except a few people.
Yeah, but those people fucking love it.
Yeah, they do. They
well,
love the
no,
shit out of that
let me
beer.
rephrase that. Those people fucking tolerate it.
They're willing to put up with enough of its bullshit just to get to a little bit of quality flavor somewhere in there. Hopefully the hernia hasn't popped out. So the thing that shocked me most out of all of that is that it didn't even take 24 hours to meet the very, which given our micro niche podcast status, I thought was a very ambitious goal. And just in a heartbeat, dude, heartbeat, it was fulfilled.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's like there's some good fucking people out there, and the majority of them are listening to this podcast right now.
And I think that both you and I could agree that it's maybe time for us to look at ourselves and try to be more like our listeners, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
to some extent,
with some butt stuff thrown in.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
there.
Like, and hey, and not to say that our listeners don't enjoy some fine butt stuff once in a while, you know.
You know, Trent, I got to tell you,
it pairs nicely with NetHeads, I'm told.
I really don't want to know how those two come together. But what I would like to say is that I'm starting to think that you are a bit of a visionary on the whole butt stuff front, because the other day I was watching one of the things that happened. NBC had this TV show Undateable, right? And then as a gimmick, they did an episode of it live last season, and the ratings were just insane. So now what the cast has started doing is every episode of this sitcom is now live. Okay.
Oh,
so now it's not just Undateable, it's Undateable live. I'm not telling you all of this for any good reason, because the whole point is I'm watching this TV show and they've got Megan Trainor on as the guest, and she's talking to one of the cast members. He's dressed up as Winnie the Pooh, and she says, and she's flirting with him. Megan Trainor is the one who did that song All About That Bass, in case you wanted to be reminded.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
But
Because
then
I was just like, I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. Okay,
Did
so
she
then,
from Spider-Man? Then I would know who she is.
there's not many that do. Anyway, but she's making jokes, and she's like, you know, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting up in that honey jar. At which point he said, unless you talk about butt stuff, I'm in. And I'm like, that was NBC prime time.
And it passed, dude.
Trent, you're a visionary in some ways.
Awesome, dude.
I thought you'd like to hear about that.
That is freaking. In fact, I can't remember who it was. What somebody sent me a link of, and it was of just like a bunch of like patches or whatever, you know, that you can buy for your jackets and stuff. And there was a butt stuff patch with like a heart around it.
Oh God.
Like that's putting it on Front Street, dude.
Hold on, now I gotta put that one on my list of must-gets for Trent for Christmas.
Like if I'm like, how awesome would it be to see like this hardcore biker, and on his cut, like right over his heart, he's got this patch of a heart that just says butt stuff. Like you cut that dude a wide swath. You know what I mean? You don't mess with him.
No,
because you know what's on his mind and in his fucking heart.
No shit, and you don't know which way that pendulum is swinging.
No, but it'll probably be swinging from the behind.
No, Lord have mercy. What's with you, my friend? You know, Trent, it's interesting too. Since your computer took a crap last week, it's been 2 weeks, because if you remember the last time in NetHeads World we were together, we were merely speculating because we were looking at details in a poster, and the next day in an attempt for ABC, parent company Disney, to get viewership to their very struggling ESPN network.
Yeah.
Here's another pairing you never thought you'd hear. So the big new shiny final trailer for The Force Awakens premiered on Monday Night Football.
Yep.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh wow, we had such a viewership spike for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Like isn't that well? And then the rest of us, who I would assume has to be the majority, right? Just watched it the second it was over online.
That's it. I didn't even watch it on football. I just waited for it to appear on the internet magically.
Because I knew it would break the internet. In fact, if anyone's listening live right now, use the hashtag NetHeads and tell us whether or not you watched it on the football. Because I really don't think.
Or if you want to push them to the proprietary apps, Trent, you could do another poll.
Oh, but I think
it's
like
such
one
a pain
person.
in the ass.
It's like I think one person figured out how to do it. I don't even know. It's not even like I don't know what's happening.
But you got to understand, Trent. Twitter is just struggling apparently and I don't understand this. Because I was watching the premiere of Supergirl last week, there in the corner, and not that this is proprietary to Twitter because you can do it on other platforms as well, but there it was, hashtag Supergirl. So it's like our lives are still revolving around it a little. How the hell is this company struggling?
Yeah, and it's crazy. Well, because I think it's because they haven't. How do I put it? It is so hard to monetize cool. Do you know what I mean? Because and they're smart because they haven't forced a lot of advertising down anybody's throat yet. And the second you do, you're going to see people drop off, i.e., Facebook.
That's true.
I don't know, but going back now, I just looked at the poll, and 60% say that they like you acting natural in front of the camera, and 40% want to look into those baby blues. Will they want to look inside and see what's there, and maybe take out a vacancy for an evening.
You know, Trent, I think I'll wait until I see what platform those 40% reside on.
Yeah, right.
No, dude, I'm not kidding. I was looking at some statistics earlier today based on one podcast, right?
Yeah.
Just one. But it was a breakdown of where the percentage of the audience is. And it was the first time, I think, in a long time where I looked at statistics and I understood the concept of acceptable statistical loss.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I looked at it and I said, wait a minute, the one group that's getting the most attention is made up from the group that is only axing us, or pardon me, is a group that only represents 3% of the population for this podcast.
Right. Yeah.
If I were a man that was trying to determine the success rate of an antigen for a virus, and I was told that it would have a 97% success rate,
Yeah.
I'd find that pretty acceptable.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's solid, man. Are you kidding me? The flu virus isn't that accurate.
So that being said, I think from now on, anytime I see any complaints on Twitter, if you just get a response of 3%, then understand where your problem lies for me.
Yeah,
you're in the
then
3%.
exactly. Then that means, yeah, everyone else is fine.
Yeah. 3%, that's you. Anyway, I don't understand how Twitter is struggling, but thanks for advising us on the poll. What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about Star Wars.
Star Wars.
So the trailer came out, Trent, the final one, I should say. What was your impression? What was your takeaway?
Dude. So I've actively tried, not actively, but I haven't looked for spoilers.
Right.
There aren't any, really. I mean, let's be honest. And there's just been a lot of speculation, which I haven't got time for that shit. I really don't. I'm just like, people come in, they're like, well, I think it's this. I'm like, dude, I think I fucking need to do my inventory. I don't have time to think about this shit. Anyway, dude, fucking, oh, goddamn, the music on it, I think, is what really tore my heart in half. I was crying by the end of it, dude. It was so, I mean, granted, there's other things going on there, but so good, so perfect. I love that we haven't seen a full Luke shot yet, because I think that's only going to happen in the last like 4 seconds of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
I just, dude.
I think for me, the one part that I was impacted by the most, and yes, for nobody in the audience, but specifically for my wife that's listening, yes, I understand these are not real people.
But they
not
are
a real
dude.
place. I understand, but in a cult of personality, they are kind of anyway. But to have the character of Han Solo being the one, and it made me feel good as well to hear this point, which I had already hit on, reiterated on Fat Man on Batman by Kevin.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that the person that in the first movie was referring to the Force and the Jedi as basically just hocus pocus mumbo jumbo.
Yep.
Him being the one in this trailer saying, basically it's true, all of it, the Force, the Jedi, or the dark side, the Jedi, the stone cold cynic now being preacher and bearing witness, if you will. That was a very powerful thing from a storytelling standpoint.
Absolutely. And if you're looking at if like, and granted, yes, it's not real, but it's fun to think, it's real to us. If you think about, like, if you're the Emperor, if you're Darth Vader, and you want to really stick it to any outlying Jedi that might be out there, you start running smear campaigns on how, like, just bullshit this whole Jedi thing was, and they were the ones that ruined the Empire, and blah 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 blah, and you hit it so hard that even people within your own organization start to drink the Kool-Aid, and they're like, yeah, those fucking Jedis, we took clones in there, some of the worst shots in the world. Well, clones were great, but we'll get to that later. And we're able to wipe out their entire, like, all their younglings. Like, it was no thing. Those guys were fucking hacks. They were nothing. It was just a stupid religious cult, to the point where we see episode 4 where Darth Vader's even getting made fun of for his belief in the Force. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I think that plays perfectly on the whole, even into the prequels, on how they've taken this lore of the Force and shown how it was so strong, and then how, like that, it turned off, and everyone's like, oh yeah, it was bullshit, right? And so that now, as it starts to be used and working again, people are like, no, wait, is that for real? For real?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's smart. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it also, that's the other thing too. We again, I know not real people, but by the end of Return of the Jedi, all we've really seen is that a major head of state has been overthrown.
Right,
At-
exactly.
that's anybody that's been in any campaign, although that would mean more than likely the end of the regime. It doesn't necessarily shit. Look at the Middle East. It doesn't necessarily
Exactly.
it doesn't speak specifically to who's in power, and plus there are all these fringe systems as well that aren't as directly connected.
Exactly. You look at Uganda, for example, and it's as soon as one regime falls, someone's right there to step right in and take it up again. It's another religious zealot who might have control over people and look to others as their mentors and be wielding power that they're not aware they have. So yeah, dude. Yeah,
but I do have to say that I really enjoyed everything I saw in there. But you know what? I don't often really do this. I don't really like to talk majorly about the content provided by the guy whose network we reside on.
No, I think we have to.
But it was really interesting that not the last. It was the last live episode of Hollywood Babylon. So this would have aired the Friday before the Sunday or this dropped the Monday after the Sunday we didn't go on the air.
Right. Yeah.
And it was God. I was just maybe it's a good thing we also didn't go on the air because I wanted to talk about this because there was a statement made in last week's episode of Hollywood Babylon that was great. Especially in the way it was specifically formulated. It's almost like you had to wonder if Kevin maybe reached out to the attorney really quick and said, "How can I say this?"
Yeah. What's the verbiage I can use?
Because specifically what he said after Ralph brought up the trailer at the beginning, he said, "It's like, well, let me tell you. The other day, I was visiting this buddy of mine, and he worked on this film, right? And I got to see a good chunk of it." And the way it made me feel, I was instantly transported back to my childhood. Like 1977 when I first saw Star Wars.
Yep.
And that's all I can say. That's what he's such point that I'm going to tell you something, and I don't mean to, iconicize the guy. I do enjoy Kevin's work. I've never been shy about that. Very thankful for where I am. But some of you may shit on the fact that he said nice things about the prequels too. But the fact that he said this, the fact that he said that specific thing, and if it is about what he is not saying it's about, it's all I needed to hear. That was the final thing I needed to hear. The final thing that put it all into place and let me know that this movie is everything I'm hoping for.
Yep. Dude, and for anyone who may have been to a live show that Kevin's done, I think he's told the story a couple of times. He tells this experience, of being on set in London, and like that story in and of itself, when he actually gets to see the Millennium Falcon, it's one of the most beautifully touching stories I've ever heard in my life. It's pretty good.
I'm just wondering if we're gonna get to see you start crying right now.
No, it's funny. I was driving in the car with my brother the other day, and I started relaying that story the way Kevin tells it, where he's like, I walked up every step, and I just my childhood years started going back, and by the time I got there, I was sitting at the table playing Star Wars with my best friend, but back in and then I just started bawling. My brother looks at me. I'm like, I'm not on my meds, okay?
At which point your brother's like, you want me to?
He's like, you don't say,
there,
huh? Weird.
By the way, one of the things I don't think we gave enough credit to, but I was just thinking about this the other day because, it was just a little over a year ago. I was in Utah sitting in Death Ray Comics for us getting to co-host essentially almost 2 shows with Kevin Smith.
Father's Day 2014.
And one of the things because it was the typical bit of first-time live show chaos.
Yeah.
But your brother came up with a game-changing idea.
Yep.
Because, folks, what we had a very limited amount of space that was bursting at capacity, and you had audience expectations.
Yep.
And your brother came up with the simplest but most brilliant idea.
Yep.
Which was, folks, let's do this. If you have something to get signed, write your name on the bag, put your stuff in the bag. We'll do our best to get it signed and get it back to you.
Yep.
Just a brilliant idea.
Yeah, like and he's a solid dude. He works for a company called Pluralsight, which is actually a really awesome. Everyone's heard of lynda.com. Maybe, I don't know. Lynda is so let's say like I want to learn how to write CSS, right? So I can go to lynda.com and pay a subscription, or I can pay for a specific video, and it'll be a tutorial on showing me how to use it. But it's like, it's not just like the 12-year-old that you're listening to on YouTube. It's like, okay, everybody. So today, before we get started, I just want to make sure you subscribe to my channel. But it's like it's a professional who knows how to speak to a camera and is giving you a tutorial, right? That's lynda.com. Pluralsight is very similar to that, but it's geared more towards the corporate sector. So let's say if you work for like a big insurance company or something like that, and you want all of your people to know how to use Creative Suite or use Microsoft or anything along those lines, you can buy like a corporate subscription, and then you have access to this huge library of content providers teaching you how to do this, how to do that, whatever. It's a huge company. It's doing pretty well. But it's cool because my brother's super innovative. He's worked in the government side of corporate stuff. So like corporate IT essentially, but with bridging the gap with the government. So like he's been to the White House a couple of times this year and met with the education secretary and a bunch of shit like that. Like he's smart and I'm not.
I'm sorry. Was I supposed to intercede in a moment?
Yeah,
there
I don't know where I was going. I'm just like, my brother's so cool, and he could throw a football so far, and his car is so fast. My brother is so cool.
Well, I completely agree, Trent. That was my whole point earlier in telling you. I don't know, man. The whole point is your brother did a great job that
Smart
night,
dude.
and
Smart dude.
it was a good day, and I just wanted to acknowledge that here on the show because for some reason it popped into my brain the other day. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's just a smart dude.
So yesterday, by the way, Trent, I still
Happy Halloween, Will. By the way,
yeah, I still have to go clean up. The fog machine is still out in the front yard.
If you want like some good heads listening. Because there's a few episodes that actually stand out in my mind. I was like, that was a good show, man. That was awesome. It might have been our first year on NetHeads. We really got into the Halloween spirit.
Oh, did we?
Well, you talked about how you built your own fog machine, and you talked about how you went to a live Babylon, and you dressed up like Willy Wonka, and they had like a costume parade. And,
that's right.
And we talked about getting canes, and I suggested we should just get a pig cane. Then we talked about pig canes for a while, how they're a thing. Anyway, go and listen to that episode, and you will like realize how into Halloween Nethead WW is.
That I usually get. I haven't really been. I don't know what it's been about the last 2 years. Haven't really been feeling it, but last night I did make sure to get the fog machine out at least, and we actually put out the decorations a little bit earlier. At least than last year. And I even set up like a little thing because, I always like on Halloween when people find a creative way to use the strobe light, right? Like in my display, I've got it set up to an audio trigger. And in the past, I've had a specific soundtrack that would run. And one channel was just when the lightning strikes. So that way.
Oh, cool.
Fires off the light, so it's timed. Even though that's not the way it happens in the real world, you hear the thunder and the lightning fires at the same time.
Yeah, unless it's like right on top of you, and then you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and then you're like, we're screwed. That's it, man. Game over.
Oh, game over, man.
We're new now. Anyway. And then I used to run the Haunted Mansion soundtrack, but I didn't haul that out yesterday. And then we have the fog machines. Now I have I'm probably a little overzealous. I have or overeager. I have 2 fog machines. Trying to have the main one and have backup one.
Of course you do. Why wouldn't you?
Like it's just sound backup practices.
No,
okay?
I was just gonna say it's like right now we know there's been some cyberbarks going on online, and so I'm recording the audio locally. You got to have a backup. Just do that's
There we
what
go.
you do.
Exactly. We want to make sure everything's good, set, and still.
Yeah.
So, but I did run the fog machine. Now, for those of you that haven't listened back yet, I have a modified cooler. It has I create what's basically a tunnel of ice. This hyper cools the vapor that shot out from the fog machine.
Which
the
makes
reason why you do
thicker,
this,
right?
It not so much thicker, but more to the point, it's slower. It gets weighed down more.
Weighs it down. Sure, it's dense.
It clings to the ground is the point. So
yeah.
But the thing that I discovered yesterday when I had them both running in tandem is it looked more like there was just a gaggle of 14-year-olds fresh from the mall vaping in my front yard for hours. Because the porch was always kind of
they just got the new strawberry flavor.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and there's not even nicotine in there. Not a one of them like using Muse juice at all. Not a one. Yes, there was some fog going through, but mostly the porch just looked like. So I shut one of them off.
It was either that or a fucking Cypress Hill spring up concert out of nowhere.
There you go. The other thing I did notice too, though, that if I set it to where it runs the most amount of time, I first of all still don't run out of fog juice, and I do literally create a microclimate just around my house.
No shit, dude.
There is just this packet of fog that sits around my home.
That's awesome, dude.
Well, and plus there's nobody to compete with anymore because the guy 2 doors down that used to do a live haunted house in his garage.
I remember you talked about it on that episode.
Yeah, he sold and moved, so now it's just me with the fog machine.
He knew he couldn't compete with the NetHead WWs. He was like, I gotta fucking hightail it out of here. I'm going to Oakland, man. I can't deal with this shit.
Now, actually, you went to Auburn, but no, this was more to the point of the kind of like. It was more like I was Dark Water Cafe, right? And Starbucks opened up down the street.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And I just kept hoping. That's what it was.
Yeah, you just hung out long enough.
Now the bar is set low enough to where I can appear to be on top.
Yeah, you're the option. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I'd really like a Starbucks Frappuccino, but instead I'll have the world's greatest cup of coffee.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, you know what I thought what I did realize though, Trent, because with the drought that we've had in California, one of the things we're going to have to do is we're going to remodel the front yard. Just a lot more rock and stone.
Yep, smart dude.
But I'm thinking now though that I may also put in a French drain system.
Ooh, okay.
That I can also. But that I can tap into, because if you think about it, if I got a French drain going right in the middle, so that's it. For those that don't know, it's basically a drain that goes down into a bunch of rocks, so the water gets diffused out into your soil.
It's like what you've got. Like every room in a basement should have a French drain.
Right. So, but if I could also tap into that, then every Halloween I could just have the smoke billowing out from my front yard.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
How wicked would that be if it looked like because then coming up through the French drain, it's also going to be cool.
Yeah, that's a valid point, dude.
Now we're on to something, because now I can have a little because it'll be a much smaller main area, and it'll be a tiny little cemetery now, and just fog pouring out of it. Oh, well, I'm onto something,
dude. So it is crazy what the lengths that people are going to for lawn care in California right now with this drought.
Have you heard about the list of the people that the big offenders?
No, what? They're like lawn shaming?
Yeah, pretty much. But they're saying like these people are the ones that use the most water, and one of them is like a former CEO that's now living in Walnut Creek or something. And
really,
yeah, it's gotten that bad.
Oh,
hey,
gosh.
Speaking of shaming, by the way, I don't often like to talk about this stuff too, but I kind of found this interesting. So Yesterday, Kevin Smith's daughter Harley
Yeah.
she wore a Harley Quinn costume finally.
Oh, and for those of you who don't know, go pick up Mad Love or
There
Mad
you go.
Love, the comic book from whence she is named.
Yes, because Harleen Quinzel
Mhm.
is a psychiatrist who ends up getting essentially broken by the Joker, and then that whole falling in love with the patient thing happens,
Yep.
and blah de da de da.
Yeah.
So, but that's where the name originates. Well, apparently, some people felt it necessary to comment on her costume because in the picture that was shared, I guess some felt the zipper was a little too low up front.
Oh God.
And then, but the cool thing is that apparently she just stood up for herself and responded in kind on Instagram as well.
And dude, she's a writer, dude. She's got a little bit of her dad in her.
I think so. If you guys
You know
want to
what I
find
mean?
it, I'm not going to tell you where to go, but you can find it out and you can see what she said. I thought she presented a really good case. But the other thing, too, that I think is really important is that where they went that night, where she went, she went to the Hollywood. They went to Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas live concert with Danny Elfman at the Hollywood Bowl last night.
Oh, okay.
And they took a picture there. And more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, in the picture where, she's taking a nice picture for everyone to see, guess what? Zipped up. So, the pendulum swings both ways, my friends.
We're just fucking assholes. You know what I mean?
I don't care how you dress. I don't care who dresses how. It doesn't matter anymore. The moment you start seeing the costume catalogs and you see what they're trying to push at all ages, it's over, folks. We've lost the battle.
Well, and she nailed it, dude. She's like, and she just, yeah. When you read it, you'll see. But she's like, I'm an adult. Like, I can make my own decisions. Like, just like.
Well, technically speaking, she's legally not an adult. She's
Well,
16.
yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, she's sentient. Like, she's not a toddler. She can make choices.
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway.
What she said was spot on. That's the whole point.
She
that we're
fucking
getting
nailed it, dude. Yeah.
And it also comes down to anyway, never mind. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I think we've kind of hit all the bases. You cried about the Star Wars trailer.
Yeah, yep, among other things.
Sherman got sick and now he's getting better.
Yeah, dude.
That's good. You terrified me too at that point. I never even thought about that, but realized it's true. I never realized that the intestine could burst from this.
Yeah, that's the thing is the body will keep on trying to like push it through because that's what it does, and eventually it'll just tear open, and then you die from whatever ascites it is, where your bile just spills into your body and you die.
That's a good note to end on. By the way, Trent, I'd also like to recommend in the future, like potentially not handling fried chicken with your motorcycle gloves, maybe.
Yeah, I'll just keep my hands out of the honey pot, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. You make them a little less. What possibly could have been delectable? It must have. Okay, you put them in the garbage. I'm guessing they soaked up something else.
Yeah, or what he used to always do when I would be gone all day long. Is he would collect all, like, I shit you not, he would go through the house and collect all my shoes, and when I'd get home, all my shoes would be in a pile.
How did you get to? You got a Bernese Mountain Dog with OCD. How did you do that?
Like, and I don't know if it was like if like that's he just wanted the smell, like he wanted to be around the smell of me, or if he just figured, oh, when he puts his shoes on, then it's time to go and he'll be here if he needs to put his shoes on. I don't know, but maybe it was just another attempt at that failed miserably. I have no idea what the fuck he was thinking. He's a dog. He eats his own shit, for crying out loud.
Look, Trent, all I'm saying is don't handle the raw steaks with your motorcycle gloves from now on.
Yeah, I guess not.
Oh, and I had it. I can't even imagine what your bill was like, because mine was for a miniature pincher. Was only like yay big, no bigger than a loaf of small. Like,
but I would think that would be a harder surgery to do though, because they're smaller bits.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean?
Know.
Like,
and the thing that at least sucks less in my fact was that what she swallowed was part of a chew toy. So, you know,
which happens a lot in like talking to like people, especially when it comes to like the Naga hide toys, or even they'll like chew off the end of a rubber toy and it just gets stuck.
Yeah, and that's what this was. That's why we then went to like nothing but biodegradable or non-destructible items.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you can here's what you can get. You can have this here carrot or this here lead pipe, because
you on this for a while. You ain't, that ain't going down.
You only get one or the other. Neither nor. You know, the thing too, I wonder is like after the first glove came up, I wonder if even Sherman went, "Oh shit."
Oh, I mean, well, and that's what it blows my mind. Like how awesome that like just evolution is. Do you know what I mean? That his body is pre-programmed to drink enough water to make him throw up a whole fucking glove. Like he didn't know why he was doing it, but his body's like, drink water, drink water, drink water, drink water. Like that's pretty cool. It would have been less cool if he died, but he's alive now. Evolution can only go so far. Then we got to step in and clear up the rest.
Oh my gosh. You know, sometimes you just have the best way of putting things. That's it, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Until next time, my name is Will.
I'm Trent.
And, you know, you can find us many places, but the most important one, where is that, Trent?
It's at smodcast.com.
This is NetHeads with Will Wilkins and Trent Hunsaker signing off.
I know, right? But stop being a little Nancy and deal with it.
NetHeads. We'll be back soon.
Goodbye.
Still doesn't have that damn thing on there. Anyway, there's somebody. I cannot look at Twitter or any. Yeah, I can't look at Twitter or anything else, man. Because every time I do, I suddenly realize, oh, Trent's going on like he's waiting for a. Folks, that's one of the things you don't realize when you've been doing this with somebody for it. Just, you know, I don't want to equate it to lovemaking, but you know, in many ways, you learn certain cues, certain hints. You know, it's like no, move a little over that way, or you know.
No, you know what? I'm going to take it nerdy. I'm going to say it's not unlike how Black Bolt communicates with Medusa through subtle signing that no one else can pick up on.
Yeah, something like that. So, you know, I twice now I'm sitting here reading things, and I come back and I realize somebody's looking for a handshake here, and they're not getting it. Why has Will left me? Why have you forsaken me? Every time, because I've hit those moments too where I'm talking to you, and it always comes down to that one wake up Saturday Night Live. God, it's the one skit you'll hear me always talk about the most, where the teleprompter goes out in pure chaos and says,
"What do we do? I smell you are weak.
You are weak. I have killed the weatherman. His essence shall carry us on."
Oh God.
And then we'll come back to
we'll come back and its favorite tips for gardening this spring.
and don't forget, by the way, they were celebrating 30 long years.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Quote the Raven, nevermore.
Nevermore.
Nevermore. Nevermore. By the way, we got no candy left here. It's a goddamn Halloween miracle.
Do you normally have lots of candy left over?
It can sometimes swing that way, yeah. You know, it ebbs and flows. I don't know about your neighborhood, but I mean, I'm sure you just like turn on the sprinklers and turn the light off. But
I didn't get home till like 9 o'clock, and so you know things have pretty much shut down at that point.
The house was adequately egged by then.
Yeah, it was all locked up, ready for the purge. The dogs are just like, don't go out there. I'll shit in here. I don't care. The purge is going on.
That Amish bitch shot me, Morty.